Hey, how's everybody doing today? Got some ramblings of a short, fat, bald guy again for you. It's been a while. Gonna talk just a couple of things. Neither one is what I would call a light subject by any means. First off, we're gonna talk Afghanistan and the United States leaving Afghanistan. I had posted earlier in the week that it was an embarrassment as to how things had gone since we left. We've been there 20 years and all that. One of my friends said that, it was an insult to the soldiers that served there. It is not an insult to the soldiers that served there. They did everything that they were supposed to do. They trained the military over there so that they could fight the Taliban and they could protect their country. We provided them with equipment, training, leadership, so on and so forth. The problem is we can't make them change their ideology. The Afghani people have been warring since Afghanistan began. And anybody that thinks we're going to change that, it isn't going to happen. Russia was there. They tried to conquer them. I mean, we tried to help them. Russia tried to conquer them and couldn't do it in 10 years with no rules of engagement. The United States tried to help them. Obviously, we have rules of engagement. We don't kill innocent bystanders, no women, no children. We don't attack certain areas, so on and so forth. But ultimately, what it comes down to is who has been let down by this are those people that unfortunately are few and far between, I believe, that really wanted equal rights for women in Afghanistan, that wanted equal rights for everyone living in Afghanistan. But the Taliban is going to be back in control, and they essentially are now. Hopefully we learned that, you can't help them. 20 years, over 3,000 dead, thousands upon thousands wounded, billions upon billions of dollars given to them for what? The country basically fell in 3 days, So hopefully we move on. Again, no fault through the soldiers that were there, that have served there, been there by any means. Not their fault. You can't change a mindset. That's just the way it is. On another note, we're going to talk vaccines. And I've told you before, I personally don't care whether a person gets vaccinated or not. And I don't. The only thing I'm going to say is, as a former healthcare worker, and my wife is a healthcare workers are getting tired. They're getting worn out. We are starting to see basically numbers that we saw during mid-pandemic a while back. And I will tell you, 90% or higher are unvaccinated people. 90% are unvaccinated. Are there a few breakthrough cases of people being hospitalized that have been vaccinated? Yes, there are. Are we finding that, the immunity, if you want to call it that, is wearing off? That we are seeing that, and they're talking booster shots and all that. In Ohio, and that's the only thing I looked up, I don't know nationwide, we have one known death of a person that was vaccinated from COVID-19. One. Out of the thousands that are being diagnosed and hospitalized every week now, again. Is it the Delta variant? Probably. We don't know. It ultimately doesn't matter what variant it is, because, whether it's Delta, Lambda, Gamma, doesn't really matter. This thing's going to continue to change. Again, it's related to the SARS-CoV-1 virus, which was, I want to say, in 2008, 2005, 2008, something like that. That variant, or that the original SARS virus, a coronavirus, just like this one, it actually mutated itself out of living. It no longer was communicable. MERS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, same thing. Big thing with the SARS and the MERS is those people were contagious when they were symptomatic. The problem with SARS-CoV-2 is you can be contagious when you're not symptomatic, so you're spreading the disease and you aren't even sick yet, which is where the problem is. I've had a couple of friends that have been diagnosed, and one of them actually was, scheduled to get his vaccine and ended up not being able to get it because 3 days prior he was positive for COVID. He's on the mend, as is his family, and we wish the best for him. Again, if you don't get it, don't get it. I don't care. But the healthcare people are getting tired and worn out. We can't go through it again. We can't have the shutdowns. We can't go back to, no in-person gatherings, no groups of over 10. We did it already, and it worked. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. But whether you agree with it or not, there is science behind it to prove that they help. Is it 100% effective? No, it's not. But it is a help to wear a mask. The mask isn't for you. The mask that I'm wearing is so that if I have something, I don't give it to you. And if we're both wearing a mask, guess what? Chances are so slim that you're going to pass something on from COVID. If it's COVID, I mean, we're talking droplet spread disease. We're not talking aerosolized. We're not talking measles. We're not talking, chicken pox, things like that. We're talking aerosolized cold viruses, which is what coronavirus is. It is a respiratory illness. And, I would ask that you think about getting your vaccine. I know it's not FDA approved. It's for emergency use only. And I've had this discussion before. Emergency use or not, it is safe. Have some people died because they had reactions? Yes, they have. Here's the deal. If we wanted to wait for full FDA approval, we would be anywhere from 3 to 10 years full-blown pandemic, SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19, killing off millions upon millions of people because we wanted to go the route of 3 to 10 years full FDA approval before the general public gets it. I, for one, am glad that they didn't wait. I've been vaccinated. Most of my family's been vaccinated. We work in healthcare, we work with the public, and felt that it was in our best interest. I did my education, my self-education on it, and I felt that it was certainly worth the risk. But all of you that don't want to get it, you be you. I made a post earlier about God weeding out the stupid, thinning the herd. Unfortunately, that may be what it is, because this surge is truly a pandemic of the unvaccinated. And I know you don't trust it, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, fine. Don't get it. When you're in the hospital, make sure that, you tell them you didn't want the vaccine because you don't trust it. You would probably never have to be in the hospital had you gotten it. But hey, it is what it is. That's all I got for today. Got about 10 minutes here, which is more than I'd planned on. But anyway, hope you enjoy. Like I said, sorry it's not a very light conversation today. I will try to think of something to talk about that's a little more upbeat in my next post. Have a good one, Enjoy your ramblings of a short, fat, bald guy. Bye.